good afternoon, very good evening. Can everyone hear me and see my screen? This is the webinar for market direction with candlestick formations. Okay, where is everyone from? Okay, Australia, US, UK, Dubai, Egypt, Holland, Japan, Middle East, India, London, Slovenia, Malaysia, Perth, Miami, all right. Antarctica as well, wow. Okay, great, great. Okay, Spain. All right, so we've got people from all around the world here. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to discuss a little bit on candlestick patterns, and we're going to go from the very basics all the way up to any required information to understand how we're going to use candlestick patterns to predict the forex markets. Now, putting all that information together, this webinar is approximately an hour long. We're going to spend another like 15 minutes going over the theoretical part of the candlesticks, and then we'll spend the remaining 45 minutes of doing some teaching you guys some patterns, and then we'll show you guys some examples, and then testing you guys, making sure you guys can actually point out which ones are which. So we're going to do a little bit of everything, and little quizzes and interaction also. Yes, the webinar is recorded, and also the previous webinar on correlation, that should be out probably this week. This webinar should follow that immediately. Will come out together. So if there's any questions, try to see if you can hold them towards the end. If you are confused, ask me in between. If there's any issues with audio, I am sorry. Sometimes that happens due to my internet connection, but it is recorded, so just bear with me throughout the hour. Okay, so candlestick patterns. Okay, basic history on candlestick patterns. Okay, candlestick patterns were developed in the 18th century by this dude over here. He was a Japanese rights trader of the financial instruments. Okay, and then it was brought to the Western world by Steve Nissen with his books, Japanese Candlestick Charting Techniques. Okay, now, how many of you guys have been using candlestick patterns, and how many of you guys use different charts? Okay. Okay, seems like a lot of people use candles. Okay. So, can everyone see the things drawn on my screen on the whiteboard, the blue and red candle? Okay, so going with the very basics, okay? Now, when the candle opens up, okay, what does the blue candle represent? Okay, a uptrend or a bullish candle or a long, okay? It simply means that the market in that particular candle went long. Okay, each candle represents a specific time frame. Okay, what the time frame is depends on your MetaTrader. You can set it to whatever you want. You know, the 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. So if for example, if you set your charts to the 1 hour time frame, which means each of these candles represents 1 hour worth of data. Okay, now. Having that said, this blue candle, now the market opens up here. Okay, it had opened up here. Okay, it closed over here at this top of this blue zone. This is the reason why it's blue, because it is above the open. That's why this part is blue. Okay, what is this area called here? What is this big solid area called? Okay, that is what we call the body. That is referred to as the body. Okay, these pointy things that come out of that is referred to as the wick or tails. Okay, I like to call it tails, but the professional word is called wicks. W-I-C-K-S. Okay, now what these wicks basically mean. I wonder if I can backspace this. Yes, I can. What these wicks basically mean is simply this: that is the highest point the market has gone to, and this one represents that is the lowest the market has gone to. So this tells you in this one, if you had a 1 hour chart running, this one particular candle tells you in this exact 1 hour, the market opened up here. This is the lowest point it's gone in that 1 hour. This is the highest point it has gone in that 1 hour. And the candle ended up closing at the end of the hour over here. So you have the entire information within one candle of the entire hour, what happened in that 1 hour. Okay, so the market ended up closing higher than it opened. That's why it's blue. Now, reverse the scenario, and then you have a red candle. The market opens up here at the top. Oh, sorry. My drawing is like Fibonacci and Picasso. Okay, and the market closed down here. Okay, since the close is below the open, that's why the shade is red. Okay, this is again what we refer to as what? Okay, good. Body. Also, and then this is the highest point the market has gone to, and this is the lowest point the market has gone to. Okay, now these tails or wicks that come out, they always tell a story. Okay, it gives you an indication of pressure in the market, but we'll get into that much later. Okay, right now we got the basics down. Okay, so started in the 18th century. This is a new way of looking at the markets. Before it was just a whole bunch of lines going up and down, which is what we call the line chart. And then this was brought into the game, and you know all the data is consolidated into one candle, and it makes sense. Okay, so let's get back to the screen sharing. In fact, let me open up some notes first. Okay, the notes should pop up right now. Okay, we're going to discuss a couple of things. Okay, the market has basically two things when it comes to candles, or actually three things. Okay, consolidation basically means there's no direction. You can't really understand which way it wants to go. It's just stuck in the middle. Okay, we'll discuss that as well. Okay, so trend continuation patterns. We have a couple. False exhaustions. Reversals, we have exhaustions. Okay, these are a lot of the terminologies that we use at Urban Forex, and we're going to stick to them to avoid any confusion. There is a whole bunch of words that revolve around just one of these words. There's like 50 different names for a lot of these candlestick patterns, but we're going to stick to the very basics. So we're going to stick to stuff that's needed. Okay, I can write an entire book on candlesticks on which one has more strength, which one has little strength, but no, that's just too complex. We don't need to get into all of that. Okay, we need to know what is useful for trading, and that's it, nothing more. Okay, so we have false exhaustions, we have exhaustions, consolidations, we have patterns that are like what we call doji. Okay, indecision patterns. Am I spelling this wrong? Okay, indecision. Okay, so we'll get into these. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on the side. Okay, and let's get back to the screen sharing. Okay, at any point if my screen freezes, do let me know. Okay, so one of the patterns is what we call an exhaustion pattern, which many of you guys are familiar, and some of you guys are not. Okay, how many of you guys are members of Urban Forex from my previous webinars, or have seen me on YouTube and have come here? Hi all, I went somewhere else. Okay, a lot of you guys. Okay, and I guess the question comes out to be is how many of you guys are absolutely new? Like first time here or just recently joined Urban Forex? Okay, Peter, Hamdi, okay, Thomas. Okay, second time, first time. Okay, so there's also quite a bit of you guys who are quite new, really new here. Okay, so one of the patterns, one of my favorite patterns is an exhaustion pattern. Okay, this is one of my favorite ones. And let's show you a clear example of what an exhaustion pattern looks like, and we'll take it from there. Okay. Now, this candlestick pattern here is what we call an exhaustion. Okay. What an exhaustion basically means is the market tries to go in one direction and it could not go, it comes back and it closes near the open, and hence the term it gets exhausted. Okay. Now, since this candle is red, we know the opening was towards the top of the body. The close was towards the bottom of the body. The market tried to go as far as this level down here, and it couldn't stay there, so there was too much pressure going north. So the market comes back up and it closes near the open. And you can see on the top there's a very little tail. Okay, that's as high as it went, this is as low as it went. So this tail that you see is very significant. You know, look at the size of this candle. First of all, it's a pretty decent sized candle compared to the past. It's a very large candle. The tail is sticking out. You can see it from a distance. If you hadn't seen the market in the future, if you were just to go like right there, you can actually spot this from a distance and be like, wow, look at that tail. Like, it's huge. Okay. When you have an exhaustion candle like this indicates a reversal in the market, a change in trend. Okay. It could mean a change in the temporary trend. It could also mean a change